Hello YouTube, this is Rowan with the behind the scenes for Pointless Zombie Fact number 3. So week 3, and this fact actually was one of the quickest facts I've ever had to conceive and make, because Boop in all his infinite wisdom decided to not make the fact 2 a weekly upload, but took his sweet time to upload it, which meant that if I was going to get the video to meet this week's schedule, I'd have to work on it very quickly, but I still had the idea, so that was a start. So the idea behind this week's fact, the whole cheapest and most expensive thing, is that I was thinking that in terms of zombies, there's so many things you can buy, like the wall weapons, perks, the pack-a-punch machine. There's so much you can buy, and I was just thinking, how big is the price difference between the cheapest thing you can buy and the most expensive? So the first thing to do is obviously to think of what's the most expensive thing you can get, and then what's the cheapest thing you can get. And my first thoughts were, most expensive, that has to be the Pack-a-Punch machine, but then I remembered the Gava Knuckles, which are 6,000 points rather than 5,000, so it was quite easy to think of the most expensive thing, because there's no factors in the game to make things cheaper. And then when I was thinking the cheapest thing, the first thing that popped into my head was the Kar 98K and Springfield rifles from World of War, because they were wall weapons that only cost you 200 points, which was very cheap. But then I thought, well, there's the fire sale, and that makes the box only 10 points, so that's got to be the cheapest. But then I was actually thinking more, and that one of the persistent power-ups from Black Ops 2 is one called Discount Bargain, and that makes things cheaper. So I decided, if you can combine these things, which only actually works on Buried, because it's the only map that has persistent power-ups and the fire sale regular power-up. So for the box, it originally cost 950 points. When you activate the fire sale, that brings it down to 10. And then if you have a double point while you have Discount Bargain active, and you have Discount Bargain at its most effective rate, which is a quarter of the original price, that takes the price of the random box down to 2.5 points, and then you round that up to 3. So that's how I got the number of 3 points. And that is actually amazingly cheap when you think about it, because obviously 3 points is just absolutely nothing to the player. But also when you compare that to the Gava Knuckles, which is the most expensive thing you can buy in zombies, you could spin the box, theoretically of course, because you can never do this within the time of the fire sale, 2,000 times. Think about that. Like, that's enough times to get any weapon you want from the box for the cost of just some punching upgrades, which isn't that good anyway when you think about it. So that was actually quite interesting. That's what made me want to put this as the number 3 pointless fact, just because the difference is so small, and not a lot of people would know that the cheapest thing you can get in zombies is 3 points. I mean, almost anyone who plays zombies would know that the most expensive would be either 5,000 or 6,000. Obviously not everyone knows about the Gava Knuckles, but knowing that the cheapest thing is only 3 points, I thought that would be quite interesting and unique. But that presented a lot of difficulties in recording, because to get this magical 3 point, you would have to get the most amazing group of coincidences, because you have to get a double point and a fire sale to coexist, and that's completely down to chance. And then you have to have a double point which is active when you have Discount Bargain, which actually isn't that easy to maintain, because the amount of points that you have to get with every double point you pick up is quite significant. And because when you play zombies, you have that instinct to grab any power up no matter what. I mean, you saw in the video I went and carried it in for an insta-kill, and that nearly killed me and wrecked the footage. But it meant that getting a double point with Discount Bargain is actually quite tricky, because it's very easy to lose, because unless you have a full train of zombies and a sniper rifle with the money shot persistent power up, it's pretty much impossible to meet the quota for successive double points. So you have to know, I'm going to get this double points, I'm going to fulfill the quota to activate the double down, and then the next double points I get has to be the one coexisting with fire sale, and I have to be close enough to the box to spin it, which is quite a lot of things to mash up. The only way I could think of to actually getting the footage of the magical 3 point box spin is if you do Richtoven's Endgame on Buried. It does activate a permanent fire sale, so therefore that takes the fire sale out of the equation, so you can just worry about getting the double points, getting the Discount Bargain, and then you just wait for the next double points and then spin the box. So that would have been easy, but that involved getting Richtoven's Endgame, and I was not willing to go through the time to get Richtoven's Endgame, because that would take far too long, trying to find 3 other people to do all of the Easter eggs by the time I had to put this episode up. Impossible. So I decided that what I was just going to do was I was going to show myself spinning the box when I had discount bargain in effect, which I did. And then I was going to show spinning the box with just a fire sale, and then I was just going to go, look, there's the price reduction in that shot, there's the fire sale price reduction in that shot. If they happened at the same time, theoretically, it would be 3 points. But when I was playing, I managed to find a double points and a fire sale together, which meant that, that is, and because the video was only like 30 seconds long, I didn't really have time to show both clips. So I was just like, screw it. That footage shows what it would have looked like apart from the whole, it popped up 10 points rather than 3. And I'm sure the comment section of the video is just going to be people saying, oh, it was 10 points, not 3, you're lying. But I could not. But the amount of time that I would have to put into actually getting the 3-point box spin just to make a little animation, say 3 instead of 10, when everything else would have been identical, it wasn't going to happen. I mean, I was annoyed that I had the double points in the fire sale, but I didn't have the persistent power up, because every double points in that game I was using the SVU and I was shooting, and I just couldn't get it. Like, the amount of coincidence you have to get for the 3-point box spin is completely crazy. But I just wasn't going to do it, and that's pretty much it. So that's how that footage was recorded. It's, obviously it's annoying to look in the comments and people are going to throw the entire theory out of the window because I guess it didn't happen to get the 10 points in that footage, but heck, it's a pointless fact, okay? Just because you can do it does not mean it's easy to do, and if you can go into a game and get a 3-point box spin, I will give you a high five. Not a fiver, high five, just making that clear. So if you can get that, good for you, but in the amount of time I had to make this video, I knew it wasn't going to happen, and that was as damn close as I was going to get to it. So I was just going to go, right, that's it. And then I realised when it came to editing that I played my TV on mute, which meant there was no game audio, which meant that the video sounded even more boring because there was no gunshots or anything crazy to fill it in. And I didn't want to put up the video like that, but that's the way it goes. And actually I'm recording this before I finalised the rendering process of that video, so if Ben or whatever comes back to me and says, oh no, there has to be game audio re-recorded, then the video will have game audio and this behind the scenes will make no sense, but there you go. So yeah, that was fact 3. Was there anything else I was going to say in this? Oh yeah, the explanation of why I was playing audio on mute. If you're interested, it's because I've been playing Borderlands 2 with Gage the Necromancer and I can't stand her screaming when she gets set on fire. That sounds really brutal if you don't know what I'm talking about, but just take my word for it. That's why I was playing on mute. And also, I like to listen to the occasional video when I'm playing, just so I can relax a bit, just because, you play it a lot, you have to play something as dreary as Buried. You just want to chill out. So I just had a video playing while I just shot some zombies, and I forgot it wasn't going to record game audio, so that's why there isn't any. But anyway, so that's fact 3, the 3-point box spin and the 2,000 box spins for the price of a glorified brass knuckle. That's the line I was going to put in the commentary, but wanted to keep it short and succinct. But so yeah, that's the fact. That's the behind the scenes. If you're wondering why I'm not putting up more videos on Play the Game, I'm very busy at the moment with other stuff not involved with YouTube. So pretty much all I can afford to work on is pointless facts and the behind the scenes of pointless facts. Anything else you get is extra, really. I think that's about it. I mean, I might as well do a update on what I'm going to be doing in the future. I mean, it's the 29th now, 31st is when Battlefield 4 comes out, and I'll be playing that. This is completely irrelevant to the video now, so you've probably turned off by now, and it's 10 minutes long. That's the crazy thing, the pointless facts are only 30 seconds long, and the behind the scenes is 10 minutes of me waffling on. I'm probably going to edit it and cut it down, so it won't be 10 minutes, so you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but there you go. So, pointless zombie facts, behind the scenes, 3-point box spin, £6,000 Gava knuckle buy, bit overpriced maybe, but yeah. So, thank you very much for watching the video, and goodbye.